Shut up! Shut up! He's pissed! He's pissed! He's so pissed! That dog, hey, he gave me the teeth. That dog gave me the teeth. That means he's gonna kill me. Hey, but look, we here. National Corvette Museum. Let's check it out. What if this was it? Just like 5 cars? What do you think about these C8s? You like them? I've seen a lot of these C8s that got a lot of aftermarket parts on them, and man, they look so good. Look at this little chitty bang bang ass car. So this right here is called the MGTC Roadster. I guess apparently this is what started like the whole car craze in America. A lot of soldiers coming back from World War II, and it was like the very first American car that had like that European design, and basically started the whole car craze in America. So this right here, it's called the Crossley Super Sport, and this is basically America's first ever sports car. Look at this. Now this car ran in Le Mans, and according to what I read, it performed fairly decent until its quote-unquote generator gave out. I guess that's what was supplying the electrical currents for the vehicle. I guess they didn't have alternators back then, I'm not sure, but very first sports car, and it is ugly as hell. But look at classic, obviously. It also raced at Daytona, where I believe it won. Hey John, did you say it won in Daytona? Did it win? What is this over here? This is wicked. Hey, you know me, I love my station wagons. Look at this. I've never seen this before. Concept car. The first fiberglass automobile, okay. And you can tell, like, you know, they're trying to follow that like space theme of like the 50s. A lot of cars at this time were trying to follow that whole space theme. And there it is. Very first Corvette, America's very first sports car. Look at that, man. Now this is essential because America at the time, they were suffering from European engineering. So, you know, Chevy, they put all their chips in this one car, and I don't even think they realized how big of the car this really was. And this right here, it was running a 2-speed automatic. 2 years. Not the fastest car, but man, one of the most beautiful, most definitely. And then over here, you got the red Thunderbird. Very iconic and very important for the Corvette, because this is the Ford made this to rival the very first Corvette. So it made Chevy keep this in their lineup, and that's why we still even have the Corvette today, and that's why Corvette is America's longest lasting car. Then we got the 55 model here in that nasty honey mustard color. But again, very important because it had that V8 engine. Very first V8 in an American sports car, very iconic and very important. I wonder how fast this thing even is. Only 700 of these Roadsters produced. Iconic. I'm gonna keep saying that all video, iconic. Which one did y'all get? White, red, or yellow? Definitely not the yellow. That's honey mustard. We're good off that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm a fan of this facelift. Facelift of this Corvette. I've actually never seen this facelift version. Now, obviously, I know the iconic very first edition and the very rare one, 700 produced of the Roadsters, but I'm not a fan of these quad headlights. Gives it that little bug-eye look. So what we got right here is a Z06 Corvette that was in the 2016 24 endurance race Rolex of Daytona. And with this car right here, it was going to be a 1-2 finish with the drivers. And instead of letting off, at the very end, they let them race, and you can see right over here, the number 4 car won by, I think, 0.3 seconds.
24 at Daytona, and out of the banking, here we go. This is GT Le Mans at its finest. These two Corvettes side by side at the line. It is Gavin and Corvette number 4 winning at Daytona. 34 1/1000ths of a second as Corvette goes 1-2 here at Daytona. Look at that margin of victory. Phenomenal.
You may expect that in the Daytona 500,
exactly.
But after 24 hours, and you saw Dan Binks there with a smile on his face, not because he finished second, but because they raced all the way to the checkered flag.
Was.
Obviously, a great way to finish that race. He said, let them race, they said. The original car of that race. So So right here we got the 1957 Corvette SS. Look at that, absolutely crazy, wicked Corvette. Now this was used for the 12-hour race of Sebring, and this body right here, this body on this Corvette is made all of magnesium. Now, which sounds cool, but magnesium is used as a conductive. So all of the heat from the engine is being spread out through the whole body because it's magnesium. So basically you in this, riding in the race, it's got an unbearable amount of heat. You also can't even touch it because it's so hot from the body. I don't even think this car won the race. I think the rear suspension blew out and they couldn't even complete the race, but still absolutely a beautiful looking car. Man, look at this. Absolutely wicked car. This right here is called the XP708 Curve 1. I don't know, Curve 1, Serve 1. But insane car, 350 horsepower. The engine is only 300 pounds. Can you imagine going 200 miles in this? It's a little go-kart. I'd be scared for my life. One additional fact on this car, a gentleman here saw me recording, said this car right here actually ran at Pikes Peak in Colorado. Now, can you imagine driving something like this at Pikes Peak? You'd fall off the mountain. Apparently they made a second generation, they don't have here in the museum, but a second generation that was intended to compete with the GT40. Now, unfortunately, production stalled and they never actually brought it to the Motor race, but man, based off what they're saying here, this car had 500 horsepower running from a Sport V8. Can run 210 miles an hour. That second gen, it would have been amazing to see that in Le Mans, most definitely. All right, so what we got here is the 1989 ZR1. Now, this is not just no ordinary ZR1, okay? This is the world record speed 24-hour ZR1. So for 24 hours, they broke the record at 175 miles an hour they were averaging. That's a record that I believe stood for 50 years. The previous one was recorded at Le Mans, I think back in the 40s or 50s. So very legendary car here. LT5 engine, amazing. All right, so what we got here is 2000 C5 Corvette, a special to run the Daytona 24-hour Rolex race. Now, why this car is so legendary is because Corvette made a team with both Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Dale Earnhardt Sr. Now, this car right here placed second, and the team won the whole overall race. This C5 right here is running about 625 horsepower. Now, when Dale Earnhardt Jr. was running this race, pushing the car hard, pushing it to its max, you know, and then when he swapped seats with his father, a much more conservative approach, not trying to do too much, but still passing people, and eventually, you know, they won the race. So, absolutely legendary car, obviously because of the individuals who were racing. And what we got right here, this is the XP895, and this was a car pushed by John DeLorean. Now, obviously, the shape can already determine the fact that it was pushed by John DeLorean based off how much he loves his nasty wedge-shaped cars, but also on top of that, the fact that he doesn't know how to make a light car. Now, originally this car was made of steel, if you can believe that, steel, and it was heavier than even the traditional Corvette. So what John DeLorean did was reach out to a metal fabrication company, Reynolds Aluminum. That was the company name, and the whole body of the car is made from aluminum, which has never been done before, and reduced the body weight by 40%. So another crazy, crazy production car made by Chevy. Now, obviously, we know the famed rotary engine of the RX-7, even in the RX-8, but I bet you never would have thought you would see a rotary engine in a Corvette or in any kind of Chevy. So what we got here is a 1973 XP987 GT. And this is a 2-rotor engine that Chevy put in a sports car. Obviously, never went into production, but it's a crazy idea to think that Chevy would have put a rotary engine. Now, obviously, if you don't know what a rotary engine is, it eliminates the reciprocating traditional engine that we see in cars today. Essentially, they wanted to use a rotary engine because it was much simpler in design and what they believe to be way more efficient. Obviously, we later know that with the gasket issues and the apex seals, that was not true, but still crazy, crazy idea to have a rotary engine inside of a Chevy. Yet another crazy concept car, Corvette Indy. Look at this. Dual overhead cam, only 2.65 liters, Indy V8, making 600 horsepower. I don't know how in the world you can have only two liters. Such a small displacement makes so much power. If you guys can understand how that works, let me know down in the comments. I don't know too much about NDVAs, but look at this interior. Look how crazy that interior is. Like a spaceship. You got controls coming out on the side, flaring out. Modules in the middle. I don't know. You got GPS tracking or something on the far passenger side. Mid-engined, obviously, and only 2.6 liters. I don't know how that's possible. Yet another insane car, though. Crazy C7 from the one and only Gran Turismo. PS3, Xbox 360. Gorgeous. This little custom little emblems here. That's a beautiful color. Now that's a midnight purple, right, John? He's annoyed because I'm taking so long. Yo. It collapsed. Oh, no. Devastation. Let's go right to the crushed up stuff. Let's go to the devastation. Let's get negative. Let's get negative. Damn. Man, absolute catastrophe. Shit, I can still part these out. Make a couple grand. Badass. Damn. Oh, it was a ZR1? What is this? Take a look more than 30 feet down. That's gonna give me anxiety. I don't know if I want to do that. Oh wait, they still left it there? That's pretty cool. I mean, bing, brakes. Devastation. Jeez. I see. So in case you guys haven't realized this yet, I guess there's a sinkhole in this dome, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, either 1, 2, 3, or 5 cars were crushed. I think it was 6 in total, but one of them was not here. Very unfortunate. So these 3 cars right here also fell into the pit. Wait, even the original Corvette? That's tough. But they were all restored. That's damn near priceless. They had to restore that one. Can't crush one of those. This is the 1 millionth. I guess this car was built to celebrate the 1 millionth Corvette. Got some pace cars. 300 horsepower, LT1, another pace car. That one is nice. Love that matte black. This is a 1989 Corvette ZR12, and it was made as a direct competition here for this Dodge Viper. Arguably a better car in almost every way, shape, or form. As of now, I would say definitely the Corvette. Hey, and this is the exact car that Car Devotion leads. This is the mule car of the C8 Corvette. This is not the Z06, obviously. They're not gonna have this here. Because if you remember my video, I talked about they got the 4 exhaust pipes down there. One on each side for just the standard C8. Yeah, the Z06 is gonna have 4 exhaust pipes in the middle. You obviously did not watch my video, fake fan. And here are all the generations of the Corvette. You obviously got first gen, all right, Gen 2, Gen 3, this is the sexy one. Classic Stingray, we all know. The nasty 80s one. Oh, Gen 5, Gen 6, Gen 7. Let me know down in the comment section which one's y'all favorite out of all the generations of Corvette. 1 through 8, which one? I know it's not no Corvette, but this is crazy. You got 2 V8 engines on here. I don't know what they are. I don't know if they're big block or what, but I don't know how this would work. I don't know if you would have 2 drive shafts. I don't know how you would. So what, you got 2 flywheels? 2 flywheels, 2 drive shafts? This must be for show. I don't know how this would actually work. Hey, let me know down in the comment section what y'all think. How in the hell would you run a 2-engine car? 2 V8 engines in one car. That's insane. Man, check out the custom manifolds on these. coming up into a train engine exhaust. That is a big ass drive belt, my gosh. I wonder how much power that supercharger can make. Look at how big that belt is. That shit can spin fast. But I like it though, nice little steampunk design. Now, we obviously all love the Ford GT, the 2006 Ford GT, but I feel like this one right here is much, much better in what the Ford GT ultimately should have been. So right here, this is called the Ford GTR1. Let me get you, shit, I'm a bad photographer. Let me get you them angles. Now, first of all, I like this one. It's much more aesthetically pleasing in my opinion. But the best part about this is that this car has 1,024 horsepower, okay? 739 pound-feet of torque, top speed 225 miles an hour. And best part about it, you are controlling that with 3 pedals and a stick shift. Can you believe it? Can you absolutely believe it? 1,000 horsepower. I don't know how it would feel if I could control 1,000 horsepower with a clutch and a stick. That's a lot of responsibility as a driver. That is absolutely insane. But an absolutely insane car, and it's a very timeless, beautiful design as well. It's got blue running through all the. That's a beautiful blue, to be honest. That's a very timeless interior. Ford, you blew it. This is what it should have been.